quarterfinal number 2 featuring Saskatchewan versus Great Britain. We are ready for period number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Canada, Saskatchewan, and Great Britain. Gentlemen, play well.
Welcome back. We are ready for our second quarterfinal of the day. Canada, Saskatchewan, we're in their white and green, taking on Great Britain in blue. Canada, Saskatchewan, the number 2 seed. Great Britain, the number 7 seed. As Saskatchewan takes control here early. First quarterfinal day, game of the day was Canada, Team Canada, taking home the victory 5-0 over Haiti. This is a much improved Great Britain squad compared to 2023, just as Haiti was showing a lot of improvement compared to their 2023 team. Tall order, though, against Canada, Saskatchewan, the reigning Canadian Masters Division champions. As Saskatchewan now with some sustained zone time here against Britain. Looking to get something going here towards the net, over to D'Entremont. Centering attempt redirected by Harrison into the corner. Battle down low, Pasternak with it. Got Taylor on his back. Sends it around, back to the point. Down low to the far boards. Cross floor, centering attempt off the crossbar from D'Entremont. Backhand attempt goes wide. I always say the metal pipes are goaltender's best friend. Shot off the side of the net. Comes up high, batted down. Picked up by Great Britain. Just looking to get a clear here is Ripka. And that's going to be a flooring call, so they will not be able to get a change. Some tired legs out here, and I'm sure Saskatchewan's going to take advantage of that. Referees today, Derek Flad and Chris Bishop. As Saskatchewan has the ball along the far boards. Wheeling out in front, trying to make a move. It's Mitchell. Ends up getting poke check away. Referee lost sight of the ball, and the net was dislodged, so blew the blade dead. Glasper went to get a glove on it, but was unsuccessful. In net for Saskatchewan, hasn't faced any action yet, Nicholas Lamb. James Glasper in net for Great Britain. Has been splitting time with Andrew McClintock. They both played really well all week, despite not putting up any W's in their round-robin efforts. Over to Hannon now, right below me. Cross floor to Thompson. Sean Hannon with it. Centering attempt to Thompson, unable to get good carbon fiber on it. Great Britain able to get out of zone. They should be getting some fresh legs out here now. It's a tired group of people. See if they dump it in and go for the change. Nope, they're going to stay on the floor. Long wrist shot. Easily shouldered aside by the large frame Nicholas Lamb. One of the taller goaltenders here in the tournament. Ball bounces off the referee's abdomen, and we're going to get a flooring call. Face-off come back down deep to the left of Lambert. With 9:10 remaining here in the opening period. Coming up next at 6 p.m. local time, we'll have Portugal taking on the host nation Bermuda. Another team improved from the 2023 tournament. And then closing it out will be the United States and Italy. Centering attempt over to Ritsema. Long shot. Finds the back of the net through a screen. Clasper never reacted. And Saskatchewan goes up 1-0 right at the 9-minute mark. Pasternak putting it in the back of the net. There's two Pasternaks, I should clarify. So number 4 is Evan Pasternak. That is James Pasternak. As far as I know, they are not related. Of course, having said that, watch me find out in a couple minutes. Well, actually, they're brothers. But I have not been informed that they are related. So Ritsema gets the assist along with number 9, Rick Say. Players take a spill there. Wind's starting to pick up as some clouds are rolling in. No danger of rain today. But definitely much more windy up here, about 30 feet above the rink level. As I'm up on the top level of the scaffolding that was installed by the host organizing committee for the fans in attendance in beautiful Pembroke, Bermuda, as Clasper makes a save there. Centering attempt, errant. Pasternak rifles it up towards the near boards. Saskatchewan into the Great Britain zone, battling hard. Mormon trying to keep the ball in. Pasternak gets it at the point. Down low. Spavelko over to Bartel. Ward rifles it in. Some players going off for a change. Into the Great Britain zone. Peters there with it. Taylor for Great Britain. Picked up by Ellard. And Clasper poke check, that's away from a streaking Cody Roy. And we're gonna get a flooring call here, all the way down deep into the Great Britain zone with 6:43 remaining. Tremont has it. Centering attempt is not kept in at the point, but LaMontagne and Saskatchewan's offside. Well, now I feel a little bit of rain. A few raindrops, not much, but you can certainly feel it. Okay, apologize for the delay there. Just had to put some protective plastic over the audio-visual equipment here as this rain is now continuing. Shot easily patted aside by Lamb. Backhander intercepted by Saskatchewan defender up to Harrison. Harrison trying to wheel and deal, leaves it off for D'Entremont. D'Entremont looking to make something happen. Centering attempt over back to Harrison. To D'Entremont. Slips. Back to the point. Over to Jones. Long shot. Stick save. D'Entremont knocks it down. D'Entremont trying to get it over to his defense. Can't, and that's going to be a flooring, so Great Britain not able to come off. As the referee is pointing over to number 15, Quinn, who was, I got to say, trying to be very sneaky about getting off the floor. He tried to hide behind the Great Britain bench so he wouldn't have to come back out. But so World Championship referees, you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide as the rain is really coming down now. I may have to go inside because I do not have an umbrella here and I don't have protective gear on for rain. There was not supposed to be any rain. Shot and a score from Hammond. Clean off the draw. Okay, it's coming down, folks. I'm just going to head inside until the rain passes. Apologies, just don't have any rain gear up here. Centering attempt intercepted. Back over to Hannon. Passes it back down low. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell with it. Back over to Hannon. Saskatchewan working the ball well. Over to Hannon. Shot, scores again. Almost the same play as before. 5-0. I mean, for the Great Britain fans at home, listen, at the end of the day, you can only do so much when there's such a talent differential. I don't want to take anything away from Great Britain. They've greatly improved compared to the 2023 team that they brought to Buffalo. They have played hard all week. I mean, they even scored on Team Canada. But as you heard me mention in the Haiti versus Team Canada game, you know, at the end of the day, right, you know, Canada has the largest pool of players in the world as Ripka gets a nice backhander in on Lamb. And the Saskatchewan Mammoth, right, I mean, they have more players in that one province to pull from than Great Britain does in the entire country. So you can only do so much, right? You can only do so much. And I think, you know, the Great Britain players would be able to tell you, you know, they want the opportunity to compete hard, and hopefully as we continue to grow the game here at the ISBHF, we'll be able to introduce a men's Masters B pool where they can compete against players who are of a similar skill level, right? Because nobody likes blowouts. We don't like it. You don't like it. The players don't like it, right? Nobody wants to come to a tournament and just get blown out. It's just not fun. So believe me, we are doing everything we can, working with Ball Hockey UK and other countries to just try and grow the game and get more countries to send in teams so we can have a B division. Saskatchewan now with 50 seconds remaining. Bug has it. Taylor from the UK able to body him off the ball. And then Ellard with it up to Ripka, but that's too hot to handle, so it'll be a flooring call with 32 seconds remaining. And now the rain has stopped. But I feel like if I say that, right, folks, what you know, the Americans, right, who watch football all the time, you always hear when an announcer says, well, this kicker hasn't missed all season. Then what happens? Boom, the kicker misses, right? Or quarterback hasn't thrown an interception all year, and then bang, right? So I'm hesitant to say we're done with the rain because as soon as I speak that into the universe, right, there might be a cloud band that rolls in. But we will persevere as always as Ripka tries to get the ball away. Can't do it. Taylor has it. Poke checked up into the Great Britain bench with 13 seconds remaining here in the first period. I don't know if they're going to skip the intermission and just play on since they just had a 30-minute intermission. They might just walk over and switch sides and keep playing. But they may take the 5-minute intermission. We'll see. Law trying to lob it out. It is out of the zone. Over to Peters, who almost blows the tire. And there's the buzzer. So let's see what they do.
At the end of the first period, Canada's 2-on-5. Great Britain 0.
Okay, referee blew the whistle, so just a brief intermission here. We're was trying to get their attention from up here on top of the scaffolding, but no dice. However, I do believe that is the end of the intermission, as Great Britain coaching staff is over there trying to rally around the troops, as they say. But again, it's 5-0. There's a huge talent differential here. You know, you want to play hard, right, and build momentum going into your final game for tomorrow. If you're Great Britain.
We're ready for period number 2 between Canada, Saskatchewan, and Great Britain. Saskatchewan leading by a score of 5-0.
And certainly for Saskatchewan, right, you say, well, it's 5-0. You know, they should just be dumping it in and protecting the lead. You know, you talk to any ball hockey players, they'll tell you, when you get into the elimination games, the one thing you don't want to do is get into bad habits. So that's why these teams continue to play hard. That's why you'll see Saskatchewan forechecking, continuing to try and score and all that good stuff as Lamb just smothers that one up. Because it's important, right? You got to have good habits because the next game is going to be in the semifinals, right? And that's a chance to play for gold. So you want to be playing your best hockey going into that game. Saskatchewan wins it. Montaigne sends it over to Rath, and Roy has it over to Peters. I mean, players are still sliding. It's not dried out yet as the wind has died down. But good save by the Great Britain netminder. Great Britain wins the draw. Saskatchewan takes it in the zone, back to Pasternak. Sent in down low, over to Peters. He's got Spavelko on him. Centering attempt, blocked. Good job by Ward, getting in the shooting lane. Over to Barton, back to Ward. And that one's poke-checked up out of play. So the Harrison line comes out. Captain, coach, and for all intents and purposes, general manager Brock Harrison. MVP of last year's Legends tournament in Edmonton, Alberta. Outstanding human being. Had the chance to have a few conversations with him, and just some of the best hands you'll see of any hockey player in any tournament, anytime he's in there, man. The guy just has such patience and vision with the ball, puts passes right on the tape. He's absolute gem of a forward. All right, drop back by Ripka. Ripka looking to get it back over to Quinn, trying to get a whack on it. Pasternak has it. Ripka, as Pasternak blows the tire. Center attempt. Oh, Lamb needed to make a good save there. So Great Britain wants to see some good effort. Harrison. Sent in back behind the British netminder. Rattles into the near corner. And then coming out, potential 2-on-1. Trying to hustle back, shot. Ooh, didn't miss by much over the blocker side of Lamb. Onto the stick of Quinn, throws it on net, and Lamb gloves it out of midair. Holds on to it for the whistle. Hey, good shift by Great Britain there. No quitting this team. Saskatchewan wins it back. Jones with it. Jones over to his partner, the other Pasternak. Up to Mitchell. Mitchell into the Great Britain zone, using his wheels. Rattled around, over to Hannon. Hannon, 2 goals already. Pasternak sends it in down low. Back to Hannon. Over to Pasternak. He's got to look at the net. Waffle save. 2 players collide there. Great Britain comes away with it. Wrist shot wide of Lamb. Tetro battling hard down low. Tetro kind of come away with it. Thompson poke checks it forward. He's got Mitchell and Hannon with him. Over to Hannon. Tried to drop it back to Mitchell. Tetro with it. He's got a little bit of help. Can he make the pass? Nope. Unable to connect. Good defense there by William Rath. Thompson now. Centering attempt over to Hannon. Back down low and into the net it goes. Keith Mitchell will get the goal on the nice soft feed from Hannon. Nope, Hannon having himself a game here. Might just end up with one of those delicious bottles of rum provided to us by the Bermuda Host Organizing Committee for Player of the Game ceremony. It's been a big hit with the players. Bug giving chase. Over to LaMontagne as Packwood loses his footing, sent in, and that's going to be a flooring. Great Britain takes it. Ward has it. Ward has it poke checked away by Rath. He's very frustrated with himself. I mean, it's, you know, he did the right thing. It's just defensive made a good play. And as we get a whistle as the ball went up out of play and then came back onto the floor. I mean, I understand Ward's frustration, but listen, we can't make every play, right? Six nothing. Saskatchewan leading Great Britain. Long shot, save, Glasper. Oh, another great save, Glasper. Stonewall and Bug as player gets pushed into the net. And net gets dislodged, so we get a whistle. And Great Britain suddenly realized that they had 6 runners on the floor. So they sent one off. That is, looked like 52 that came off. It was 52, and that is James Woodhead who ran off at the last second. So now Saskatchewan down low, good feed. Save Glasper. Players still slipping and sliding out there. I mean, the wind has died down significantly compared to before when the rains came in. And there's a shot. Oh, nice save, Glasper. Boy, say had him dead to rights. Dead to rights, I tell you. I'm a goaltender, folks, so I love seeing good goalie saves. Best thing about hockey, in my opinion. And I will make the argument that it is the hardest position to play in sports. Yes, it's harder than an NFL quarterback, in my opinion. I played flag football. I've been a quarterback. Obviously not an NFL quarterback, but until you've been to a world championship and you see how these players play, and how difficult it is to stop the ball. By the time you get to the NHL level, I mean, the goaltenders are just, it's incredible. It really is. I'm firmly convinced goaltending is the hardest position to play in all sports. Quinn with it, backhands it up to Tetro. Tetro looking to make something happen, just throws it in next to Lamb. Lamb plays it. Great Britain getting a wholesale line change here. The Saskatchewan Mammoth leading Great Britain 6-0, 5:52 remaining in the second period. Cody Roy running around. Roy digging for it. Roy looking for somebody to feed it to. He's got nowhere to go. Getting harangued by a pair of Great Britain defenders there, and they do manage to poke check it away. But Roy ends up back with it. Up to Clark. Clark dumps it in down deep. Lamb stops it. Long outlet pass off the foot of Harrison. D'Entremont giving chase, and D'Entremont, ooh, that did not look good. That did not look good. I hope he's okay. I heard that from up here. Well, he bounced back up. Appears to be okay. That was loud. That might have just been his knee slamming into the board. No, he has to go off now because they stopped. It's sorry, folks. I can't even talk. I am but your lone play-by-play announcer, doing my best up here, struggling to battle the elements. D'Entremont has to go off because they stopped the play for him. It's similar to American football, right? The player gets injured and they stop the play. You have to go off for at least one play. Ooh, redirected by Troy Miner on his own net. Almost put one past Nicholas Lamb, but Lamb not sleeping in net. And another good save by Glasper. As I said, no quitting this guy. Miner now hustling towards the net. Miner, drop pass. Couldn't quite connect with Harrison. Great Britain just looking to get it out of the zone here. They do. Should be dumping it deep. Well, no, Ward decides against it. But picked up. Long shot blocked. Up to Harrison. He's got D'Entremont down low. And a little behind him. No flooring. Mammoth giving chase. Up to Harrison. Harrison trying to get it over to D'Entremont so he could redirect it in net. Back to Harrison. Centering attempt goes all the way through to D'Entremont. Back to Harrison. Feed. Defenseman pinches in, down low, and the ball ends up in the back of the net. One of those tic-tac-toe plays we've seen in all three round-robin games from the Saskatchewan Mammoth. Now 7-0. It's just tough to stop, right? I mean, that's the definition of a talent differential. Great Britain doesn't play against teams like this in their local leagues. Or in their nationals. So if you're not used to seeing it, right, it's just tough to stop. It is. But again, in fairness to Great Britain, they're giving it their all. It's not like they're not running. It's not like they don't have active sticks, like they're not trying. You know, I think just with everybody being, you know, actual adults here, people don't have delusions about skill levels and so forth, right? So, and everybody in the ISBHF family appreciates the challenge that these lower skilled tiers have when they take on traditional powerhouses. As Great Britain has opportunity there. Oh, what a stop by Lamb. His best of the day is Ripka. Took a spill. Rath comes over to make sure he's okay. Well, he's shaking his knee. Martin Ripka almost got Great Britain on the board. Hey, I'm going to give him a round of applause. Okay, Tetro to take the draw. Against Thompson. Won by Tetro. Just trying to get it to Harper. Unsuccessful. LaMontagne has it now. Up to Mitchell. Loses it, but manages to poke check it in. GB goes back for it. 3 minutes remaining now in the second period as the wind has started to pick back up, so hopefully that'll dry the floor off. Centering attempt, trickles in on Lamb, and he just puts the glove on it, and both players hug each other, say, hey, thanks for not forcing me to take a spill here. Pasternak chips it up. Say giving chase. Rattled around. Comes all the way back to the defense over to Monahan. Down low, cross floor. Centering effort. Down low. Shot, save, Glasper, good one. Centering attempt right in the back of the net. As a Great Britain defender did his best to slide and block that. And now we're getting some more rain again. Well, and it's disappointing to see rain come back in here. Eight nothing, 2:07 remaining. Down low, Bug centers it, and it's tipped into the back of the net here, so that'll make it 9-0. Can't see the player who scored there as he's walking off. Might have been Ritsema, number 19. I'll listen for who they give it to, as both the rain and the wind have picked up. No, they gave the goal to number 9, Rick Say. Saskatchewan in again all alone. Save Glasper. Chipped into the corner. Ward and Pasternak battling for it. Goes all the way around to Mormon. Mammoth in the zone again, shot wide. Last minute of play in the period here. Kept in at the point. Back to Minor. Down low, good save Glasper. Centering attempt unsuccessful, lobbed out. Picked up by Great Britain. Long shot. Easily handled by Nicholas Lamb. Pitching a shutout. Redirected to the near boards. Minor picks it up, and that'll do it for the period. All right, so we will be back for start of the third. They're going to do a full 5-minute intermission. I'm back, as are the Reigns. And we have 8:57 left. Obviously, look, everybody's disappointed. You know, we have no control over the weather. Nobody's perfect with their forecast. The locals didn't think this was going to happen. It's unfortunate that it did, but I like to be honest with my audience. I don't feel like the weather had any impact in terms of would it have affected the outcome if it was bright, sunny, and a completely dry floor. Score might have been a little bit different, but I think anybody who knows anything about ball hockey would say yes, Saskatchewan was going to come out on top, barring, I'll call it the most epic upset in the history of ball hockey. Player loses footing, goes into the boards, but doesn't manage to get back up. And now the winds have picked up as well as the rain, so not only am I cold, but I'm also wet. So hopefully the rain stops, and then the wind comes and just dries off the floor. Redirected up out of play onto the roof, almost hits a spectator. And the spectator will throw that back in. Throw it back in! Saskatchewan into the Great Britain zone, 7:30 remaining. Over to Ellard. Rath has it, down low. Tic-tac-toe, Ritsema puts it in. Make it 10-0. Saskatchewan back into the zone. Mammoth player blows a tire. That was Mormon. Mormon regains it. Doesn't really have much help. Well, he can drop it now. Good stick by Ripka. Both checking that away. 6:35 remaining. Back to the point. Saskatchewan looking for a pass down low, intercepted by Ripka. Ripka takes it, trying to walk his way in, intercepted and broken up. Now Saskatchewan the other way. Mormon slid about 6 feet on that after he tried to stop. Back to the point, over to Minor, shot, save, Glasper. Save, Glasper again, rebound still loose. Now he covers it up. With 5:32 remaining in the final period. 10-0 Saskatchewan. They'll be heading to the semifinals. Canada, the #1 seed, will face the lowest ranked seed winner coming out of the quarterfinals. So the next two games are Portugal and Bermuda, and then USA and Italy. So if Portugal wins, then they will face Saskatchewan, And the winner of USA-Italy will face Canada. Mormon trying to shake and bake his defender. Can't, but Miner keeps it in at the point. And Peters slips on the wet flooring. And so we are still getting some rain here again. .444 remaining. Peters takes control. Law goes in there to press him. Centering attempt. Batted down through the crease. Ooh, Great Britain player goes hard into the boards. Tatro. He is slow to get up, but we have a goal. Tatro appears to be okay. Evan Peters on that goal, assisted by Cody Roy.
Goal 733.
I think Saskatchewan's goal here is to just get out of this without any injuries. Don't need anybody slipping and falling into boards. Twisted an ankle, intercepted by Miner. Back low to Harrison. Centers it back to the defense. Wrist shot, saved by Glasper, but it's loose. Miner has it. Blocked by Glasper. Over to Miner. Shot, save, rebound. Ward has it. Loses it. And Mammoth able to keep it in down low as Glasper controls it. Keeps it away from D'Entremont. Ball goes off the side of the net. Over to Francis. D'Entremont giving chase. Goes out of the zone. Rath has it. And that one is rifled all the way into the Admiralty Cove Bay as Brock Harrison has a laugh. Well, the sun is out now, so I mean, from my vantage point up here at the top of the scaffolding, approximately 30 feet up above rink level, got a 360-degree view of the weather, I would say. Not the entire island, but sun sets to the west. That's where the sun is. So the sun is out, but low in the west. Still some raindrops falling, not many, but enough to keep the floor wet. Harrison gets it. So good at shielding people from the ball with his body. Over to D'Entremont. Back to Harrison. Down low. 2:50 remaining. Back to the point. Rifled in down low. D'Entremont has it. He's got some space. Might be trying a little give and go action here. They got a little quick little cycle. That's exactly what they're doing. There's a centering attempt, but off of a foot. Rath can't corral it. Back to the point, fakes the shot. Banked it in off the back of the net. Over to Harrison. 2:12 remaining. 11-0. Saskatchewan. against Great Britain. And both Saskatchewan getting some wholesale line changes here. Dropped off, back to the point. Sent in back down low. Ellard giving a few whacks at some ankles down there. But I did hear him apologize in proper British fashion. Shot, save. Minute 30 remaining. Rybka from Slovakia, dual citizenship player. Also the captain of Great Britain. Mitchell with it. Sent back out of the zone. That one's going to be a flooring. Nope, they waved it off. Goalie came out to play it, to negate it. Just let the clock run. Dowles disappointed in himself at that flooring effort. Thompson. Down low. Cross shot. Good save. Glasper, as I almost fall over, getting caught up in the wires here. Cross floor pass intercepted by Ellard. Out of the zone. 22 seconds remaining. Intercepted by Rybka, but he loses it. Down low, over to Say. Centering attempt, 5 seconds left. That's just blocked up. 1 second, and that's the end of the game. Congratulations to Canada, Saskatchewan advancing 11-0 to the semifinals. So if Portugal wins, they will face Portugal. If Bermuda wins, they would face Bermuda unless the United States wins. Because Canada's the #1 seed, so they get the lowest seed. So the lowest seed is Italy. So if Italy wins, they face Canada. If Bermuda wins, they face Canada unless Italy wins. So if Italy and Bermuda win, then Bermuda plays Saskatchewan, Italy plays Canada. Portugal wins, they play Saskatchewan unless Italy wins. So there you go. I've been your play-by-play announcer, Chris Picano. It's thanks for hanging out. I will be back, of course, to bring you the rest of the action here from beautiful Pembroke, Bermuda. 2025 World Ball Hockey Masters Championships. Coming up next, Portugal versus Bermuda.
Awards will be handed out by Andy Nemchek, Technical Director of the ISBHF.
Way to go, Andy!
From Saskatchewan, number 9, Rick Say. The players of the game will be presented with a bottle of Gosling's Black Seal Rum. And from Great Britain, number 29, Neil Francis. Ladies and gentlemen, your players of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, we ask that you rise, remove your caps, and turn towards the northern end of the arena as we play the Canadian National Anthem.